Science actually brings God back in.
Let's look at an argument for the existence of God by John Lennox.
Let's look at this argument.
If everything is reducible to physics and chemistry, then so is your mind. But then why would you trust your mind? In other words, atheism, taken to its logical conclusion, undermines the very rationality you need to trust to do science.
He's saying that if our brains are composed of physics and chemistry, as he puts it, and no other thing, then we can't trust our minds to be rational, and we can't trust the results of the scientific process. By the way, I think what he means by physics and chemistry is the naturalist view of the world, in which it's thought that everything in existence operates according to natural laws. This is in opposition to the supernatural view, in which it's thought that there are things in existence that don't obey natural laws, like magic and genies and gods and stuff.
And I'm not in for accepting a worldview that undermines the foundations of any kind of argument or discussion whatsoever.
Here, he's going one step further, claiming that a universe without the supernatural is one in which we can't have any discussion whatsoever. He's implying that because we can do science, therefore we know that our brains are composed of physics, chemistry, and some other thing that is supernatural. And he wants to say that that gives us room to believe in God. The first problem is that he never justifies his initial claim that without a supernatural ingredient, our brains couldn't be rational and we can't trust science. He just asserts that it's true and moves on. This might be convincing for his audience, who most likely already believe in a supernatural God, but he's not going to convince anyone else, most likely. The second problem is that even if he did establish that, yes, there is a supernatural ingredient in our brains that makes us able to be rational, his argument does nothing to exclude all the other possibilities, other than God, that might fit into this equation. What about aliens? Maybe aliens with advanced technology are the reason human brains are able to be rational. What if, before humans are born, there are magic fairies who soak our brains in magic rationality sauce? Why does Lennox come to the conclusion that a God is the thing that makes this equation complete? Well, it's probably because he already believes in a God, so it seems very intuitive for him. But at the end of the day, his argument still has a major flaw. No matter what supernatural thing he uses, he still has to demonstrate that that thing exists in the first place.
So I think that in the 21st century, we can push back on that very naive notion that God's out. We do science now. No. Science actually brings God back in.
It's very interesting. I mean,
as always, before we accept any argument, we need to ask ourselves,
Does it make any sense?